Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the old school, new vibes, where the older and the new G's speak about the golden era and the modern era. Old school, new school, need a murder.
Yeah, rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop.
Yes. Crazy.
Rest in peace to the God, the voice to the youth.
Yes. Sleep well, brother. Thank you for those amazing nights.
Losing a lot of people, man. Rich Homie Quan just passed today, man. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan.
Rest in peace too.
Yeah, man.
Wow. So Fat Man Scoop, he rest in peace. He collapsed on stage. So heart attack was it? You know,
to be honest,
sure.
when I hear that, man, I don't even look for the details, bro. It's like, man, he's just gone, man. It's sad, you know.
I don't want to speculate. I just wanted to say,
something that you were right about him collapsing on stage.
Yeah, so I know. I just wanted to say it's a reminder for us to take care of ourselves. You know, take care of our health. You know, de-stress. You know, it's physical and mental. So we got to stay on top of that shit, man.
The hip hop lifestyle doesn't really lend itself to good decisions. Exactly, or good decisions are like a lot of fast food living, a lot of staying up late, stuff like that. So man, just it's hard in passing, but you got to be conscious of these decisions that you're making and what you're putting into your body.
Especially the older you get.
Yeah, it will take a toll in the end, man.
And it's crazy, you know. We're heading on this subject. We're starting it off. We don't want to start off on a somber, but we are pointing out a lot of things that, you know, we definitely have to be mindful of, and it's lifestyle and decisions, right? But that starts with simple steps, right? Starts with yourself. You have to be the example that you want to see. But you know, your surroundings, you know, you have to have a partner that is down for the cause, because if you're not, that's when you're going to suffer. You know, when you're in those situations where the balance is so difficult and you can't really strive because you're just surviving on other things, you know, and that may be whatever it could, home, living conditions, you know. And I just speak because from experience, I've seen, I was part of it, right? I've been in plenty of relationships, right? Thank goodness, you know. I did learn a lot in all of those to come where I am now and be in a blessed place. But shout out to Jess. But you know, if you don't have that partnership, man, and that understanding, that's gonna really cripple not only what you're trying to do, but yourself, because you're juggling a lot, man. But you know, who's to say that attributed to that, you know, to him, you know, but it nonetheless, it is very true that we have to make smarter decisions. You know, if you know you are a night body and you're out and about, make sure that you're still getting that time, you know, and without getting all metaphysical and stuff, but like, you know, our bodies are like literally like batteries almost. You know, you need to charge. At night is when you're recharging, and if you're not getting that you know, that sleep, and man, it's gonna manifest in a couple of ways, man. So with that being said,
admittedly, I could take my own advice a little bit better, man. I seem to be an on and off kind of person. I'll do well for like a long while, like chunks of time, and then I'll fall off again. And then I'll try to get back on it. I'll fall off again. I do a better job of making better decisions for my kids
each time. But each time you do fall off and get back on, pause, you are way more sharper. And that's what life is really about. I think that's what that, you know, that snake, a Boris, right? That the symbol, what it means is like you're going around in circles, but every time you come around, you're just sharper and you're picking up on things. You know, it's almost like fucking, not to segue into like some Marvel shit, but Loki, when he was stuck in that little blip, you know, and he just kept living,
time loop.
You know, and whatever this is, man, we're living in, man. I guess we're going heavy in, but like really quick, I saw this study on this pic they did, right? And man, I'm gonna butcher this, but they took the picture and supposedly in one of the parallels, you would consider it like a earth chakra, right? It was like just a vital position in the earth, but when they took a picture there and they zoomed in so much that they started seeing coding, fucking like binary codes
Like the
in the
Matrix.
picture. Isn't that fucking crazy, bro?
That's
Yo, I'm gonna
dope,
butcher. I'm gonna find that thing and I'll post it in like one of the comments because it's so trippy. And here's the thing: we're receiving so much information that's so trippy nowadays, bro. And it's just like, okay, it's whatever, because we're just in the information age where you can know anything. It's just, hey, you could know the truth, or you could not. You
or the
know, it's like,
complete
hey,
opposite.
yeah, hey. But it's like,
but
just
we wanted to start off the show, paying our respects to the legends that we lost and all that. What's any announcements from y'all? What's been going on lately?
Just working, man.
Enjoying the last days of summer.
Yeah, definitely. I actually just made a year on the GPS thing right now. Putting out the today's GPS, the just the daily kind of
The daily quotes, yeah.
Yeah, quotes. So I think I'm just gonna tally that up and publish that too. I don't know if I'll drop some music with that as well. Maybe like a couple songs, right? But I've been working musically too, finishing up this projects like a EP. Doza sent me, shout out to Doza, he sent me a beat pack. I'm almost done with that. There's some new music with UE's, that new track, that shit is fire. I'm loving that. I can't wait till that's mixed. Some Narco stuff finally, with Narcos is like there's so many independent artists doing that stuff, but finally everything looks like it's done. So hopefully release some of that now too, man. So it's right now like it's exciting again. It's like when we drop that album, it's like, oh, you got new music,
Yeah,
and I think you just get addicted to that, being able to drop that. Even bro, I haven't promoted my music and the book and as much as I should, just because mentally I'm on to my next thing. And this is when you have a brand and you have a business where there's somebody in your business that will be doing this. And this is why I always take my hat off to you, Ease, because she's doing it all, my brother, all. And it's like I just don't have that bandwidth right now to do things like that, because it's like, fuck, this is, and if this is the thing, I'm so creatively invested that I'm writing a lot. So it's like I want to be in that phase, but if I take away from that, it's gonna, and not that I'm taking
it's hard to get back on it. No, it's hard to get back on it. Yeah.
So
like
it's
I
just
had
a
mentioned
lot.
in
Put like this, and I'm not complaining. I love that these are beautiful struggles. You know what I mean? That's
I had mentioned
song.
in the previous episode that I'm trying to like have one out, have one in the process of getting finished, and then write one. But sometimes you have to lend yourself like to like one specific thing, and like all of a sudden, if I haven't written in a week, sometimes it takes a little bit for me to get back into a zone. I mean, eventually I get there, and then like the song will practically write itself. But I'm not gonna lie, the first few bars be a little bit tough when you
Always
stop
right.
writing for a couple of days. Yeah.
It depends on what I'm working on. I get those beats, it comes to me instantly, and then I get those beats where I already have a premeditated idea. I kind of like, lately I've been feeling the more like open beats where there's significant stuff happening, but
There's more space.
There's more space for you to breathe,
And
so, yeah.
one thing you didn't mention, which I had only mentioned once previously, but we're doing a live version of the Easy Architecture LP. We're doing that in 3 parts: Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3.
Oh, I can't wait to do that, because that's
so
gonna add a
that's
whole
gonna be
different
dope.
layer to
What do you
just
mean?
music. It's gonna be like a live version.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, obviously, we're still in the early stages of planning. Me and Luma trying to take care of the technical part, and then Ark is doing his part to get the musicians together. But we're basically we'll rent out a venue. Yeah, we'll rent out a venue. We are going to basically mic up a drum kit, have a drummer, get a bass player, get that recorded, have all of this being recorded while Ark and I are performing the actual track.
Have maybe a little small crowd just to get some live reactions in the background. Small. It could be, our wives or a particular few. But I think I'm looking forward to that, man, because I think that's going to open up a whole, and without letting out too much, but that's where we're gonna plan to put some of our content that, music you won't be able to stream or find anywhere, and you'll just be able
direct
to
to
find it
consumer.
direct. Yeah, so
direct to consumer.
you'll have to go crazy and spend a couple of
A
dollars, like
couple of
$1 or
bucks
$2, bro. Literally,
on
you
the
guys spend that
website,
on
but
worse, right?
it's a
But it's gonna be
novelty
well
thing,
worth
right?
it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
well worth it. Like right now, I think we're definitely in the prime of our lives where we're in a space where we're just making some really good music and working with great people. So it's time to put all that together. And why not put a little, a little scan here and there, man, because we want to do this forever. We want to live off of this, I love
I
my
really
job
love
and
the
all that,
idea.
but yeah.
I love the idea. I'm excited to do it, and I think it's going to come together well. I love not only the performance factor, but the fact that we'll be recording it to mix it and then release it later. I think a lot of good things are going to come out of this, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, man. And I'm
Team.
fucking the video. What's up? We need to come through.
I want to
with
lose
that
a few
video.
pounds before we
Before we shoot
get in
the
there.
Come
video.
on, son.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm right there with you, bro. So I completely understand, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Yo, don't make me Zoom ya every morning and we do like a fucking run together. We'll fucking get on a Zoom run.
Well,
together
so
and shit.
it's kind of like life threw me a curveball this year with the move, and that kind of
and that's a beautiful curveball. I can't wait to get that invite.
we have a a different space now, but it kind of threw me off.
I see you're in the candle room, right?
I'm in the candle room. We got a candle room. We got a spa room. But I started the year, did a couple of videos, started working on the graphic novel, keep pushing the brand Bushido 7 and Old School
I
New
can't
Vibes.
wait to see the yo, that's gonna be so sick.
But
Please
it
let me
kind of set me back. So I just want to get back on the horse pause and keep it moving. Like running a website, ease is just, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
The promoting, the putting money into it. It's all labor of love.
And and back to your family. You got family, you got a wife, and you need time for yourself, right? You need to kind of whatever it is, your meditation, your workout. You need that time, because in that time is where you resolve, process emotions, feelings, and you kind of mentally prepare for what's ahead. You can't do all of that at the same time. You have to mentally allot time. I know our minds are like supercomputers and we have a million, and this is one thing I know we're advancing. I think the mind has always been advanced and we're just now really, really peeling
the
layers of this fucking true brilliance, because things, and I know today's doctors will kind of label it as fucking ADHD or anything when you see kids or just people doing multiple things at one time. But this is just to show you the kind of a capacity that people are watching TV while they're watching something else and maybe having a conversation a conversation. All of this, we all do this and do it well. Some of us do it better than others, right? But
multitask.
Once you this isn't a bad thing, bro. We just have to learn how to kind of master that and learn how to do it on command, or as much as we can of it, have a control of it, like surfing and shit. But word God. I had that puff pass early.
Yeah, no. So back to Old School New Vibes. We're doing the Zoom podcast episode.
No, but seriously, about the graphic novel, please. I would love to see like a little bit of the prototypes and everything. Just
right now
some
it's
of my advice.
Mostly concept art development.
Yeah, watch your mouth though.
Script, the script is ready. It's about putting the artwork to it. So that's the next step. So I'm contemplating on whether doing a printed graphic novel or doing it as a digital kind of like video story type of thing with music and shit like that. So yeah, it's still in development, or maybe do both, while I push the brand and
push us as OSNV. I love that at the same time, while all these other wheels are spinning, I get time. I'm like, just when I think like I have this beautiful other baby that the more we nurture, the more it'll grow, you know, and and that could definitely bring us to, you know, discussing like guests and stuff, because we already have this right now. We're like, okay, which is the first one? We have, thank goodness, we have a few options right now, um, and they're all over the place, right? They could go from music to, you know, business people to just some of our friends, you know, who we grew up with, who are gonna share some fucking hilarious stories and shit, you know, and tribute to them, right? Because old school, new vibe, you know, this is definitely just bringing some of that era and sharing some of those stories that we grew up, that we all have, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's so much that Ease hasn't shared. You know what I mean? Ease has been in the room with
Studio
so
stories.
many fucking so many gods, bro. That is crazy. You know, and Theme is so humble. Theme was fucking, he was in the Shaolin Temple fucking sparring, son, in there. You know, shout out to True Master, shout out to Jizza and all them. You know, he was definitely in those chambers, you know, and those
36 chambers.
those are stories.
I'm excited to have some guests on too, man. I think it'll add an element to the show that and then it also opens us up to you know, other people and you know, maybe they're following their fan
of course,
bases,
absolutely,
cross promoting. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and that's best to, like I said, best to do it in person, in studio.
Yeah, agreed.
So you could vibe, everybody could vibe.
Dean wants to have like girls come on the show too, but I don't know. I'll see. That
he needs to ask permission. Yeah.
trying to get me in trouble. Trying to get yourself in trouble right now.
Yeah, watch your mouths. What else is going on, man?
Shit, a lot going on, man.
I know, right? Yo,
like in the world, or like,
man, we could segue into so much crazy shit, because you're right. So much is going on. Wherever, what's up with?
Well, I mean, pretty much. Listen, we're already in September. Summer's over. You know, everybody had a good time. We had some good beach outings and pool days and shit like that. So I always try to make the best of summer, but sometimes I feel like I didn't get enough of it. But now I've tried to train my mind into like, you know what? I want to invite the other seasons and make the best out of them, and have as much fun. Like, looking forward to the fall, and maybe not the winter as much as it's cold and shit, but just make the best out of every season.
I don't know if that was contagious, because I had that same epiphany like a couple weeks ago. I was like, it's changing. I'm looking forward to these, Bushido Blade hoodies and stuff, and these.
One day you'll get it right, hoodies. Bushido 7.
Yo, watch your face.
One day you'll get it right.
I'm hyped too. Had a great summer. Summer was dope. The trips. Got one more thing. I have a wedding coming up. And that should be fun, but that'll probably be the last kind of like, summer thing. But yeah,
we got baby showers coming up.
I'm looking forward to pumpkin spice. Fuck out of here.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
I've never been a big summer person. Yeah, I've never been a big summer person. I prefer, hoodies and
like
Timbs
that.
And,
you like that hoodie season?
Coats and jackets and Scullies, and I always just prefer the way I always saw it. Like growing up, it was like if I'm cold, I could throw something on, but when I'm hot, I can't do shit about it. So
you just gotta rock the t-shirt.
Just do yoga when it's hot.
Yeah, and still, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the way that I pour sweat, bro. Like, there's a reason why I wear the t-shirts over the head. Like,
that's me, bro. I do it too. I sweat a lot.
Yeah, there's sometimes you can't.
I've always preferred the fall and the winter,
Yeah.
But so anyway, the year's pretty much coming to a wrap. Like after summer's over, and then you got September, and then you got the holidays. So the year's pretty much over.
And you have Theme's favorite holiday,
which
Halloween.
Is Halloween.
Is your favorite?
I love Halloween. Wifey's favorite holiday is Halloween. Not my favorite, but I'm being a good sport about it. I'm humoring it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been taking the baby to the Halloween parades around here in Queens. Yeah. I'm just not a big horror movie fan. I've never been a big fan of that shit.
I used to be back in the days, but yeah, I think I've outgrew that. Wifey still loves that shit. All that murder, crazy shit. I don't know. It's just that Colombian shit.
I like, fucking superhero action, shit that I could just disconnect and not think about.
Fantasize about, yeah, escape to.
Word
Yeah,
up.
that's what it's meant to be. Like, look, at the end of the day, it's all programming. But let's program it to benefit us, right? We can use it to our advantage, Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, looking forward to that. And then I got all these. The thing with the summer, man, so many birthdays. July is crazy, son. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like every weekend you
July,
got something to do. So it's
August.
crazy. And then now coming up birthdays, and then Christmas. So I mean, yeah, I'm definitely hyped about that. What else is going on?
Well, the winter brings the election, right? So you had a talking point that you wanted to
Well,
touch
we
base
got,
on.
I mean, we kind of touched base on it last episode. I mean, there's a huge election this year, and I just
Team Jones, go ahead, reporting live.
nah,
What's what
not
happened?
even, not even. It's not even. I just, I don't even, I don't even know how to phrase this. It's like there's only one real logical choice at this point. You know
So
what I
you
mean? Because
still
one
getting the Kamala tattoo?
Harris Waltz, Harris Waltz tramp stamp.
No, time is of time
Yeah.
pass.
I just feel like that the Democrats have become so fake, so
It's all fake,
disingenuous
bro.
and inauthentic. They just not taking interviews, not talking to the press. Just it all looks set up. At least the other
It's a
guy.
it really is a mockery, right?
At least the other guy, he's talking to the press. He's taking questions. He's talking to media. He's talking to voters. You
He's
got to
selling
give
the
him some
fight.
credit. You got to give him some credit for that.
But
I'll,
You know
look,
I'll
what I
give him
mean?
credit for talking, but listening to what he's saying, he ain't saying anything, man. Like he's
But
not
he's saying a lot
a
more.
thing.
He's saying a lot more
well,
than what
what
this.
he is saying,
You know what I mean?
he's
I'll
just
give you
making
that much.
sense.
I'll
He's
give you
talking
that much.
policies. He's talking policies.
He's talking policies, but this is the
All you
thing,
hear with
right?
Kamala is, oh,
Cam,
she's a black
yo, I know, yo,
woman.
watch it.
Vote
We
for
don't want
her
to get
because she's
canceled because
vote
you
for
say
her
it the
because she's
wrong
a
way and
woman.
you get canceled, bro.
Vote for her because she's a woman. Okay.
Yeah,
What
a lot of it is
policies?
about making
It,
history.
What policies
Absolutely,
come
yeah.
with that?
it's a mockery, right? And to your
None.
point, Ease, right now, this is what we have to like be happy for. That, like you said, the other guy, Trump, whatever we can say his name, he he's been making more sense lately. Just, and by sense I mean like
We
speaking in
got 10
sentences,
minutes.
like he's fucking
Like speaking in sentences. Yes, I will give you.
like,
But there's no
so,
actual answers.
but
Like
this
this
is
He's been
crazy that
saying a
this
lot of
is.
funny shit lately, bro.
But
Like
this is
he's
what we find. He's
a
sharp.
lot of
He's sharp.
one-liners.
He is sharp, but it still is a mockery because
it is.
it's
It
not like,
absolutely is.
to your point before, to have the Democratic race how they're running it right now. And I think what she's doing is she's gonna position herself for that one shot kill. So I think that debate,
That debate is
she's gonna
coming up.
go. She's gonna be super well versed on it. I won't
She's
be
gonna have her
surprised if it's
notes.
not live and notes, exactly. And then they're gonna shut off the mic, I think, or some shit on the other person so it won't make her flop. And I think she's gonna probably deliver there, and that's what's gonna win the people. And she's just looking for that. But if this is my guess. Nonetheless, it's still a fucking mess, bro. It's really,
absolutely.
I can't
Yo,
believe
so
this
one thing,
is still going on.
another thing that I didn't touch on last time is you got RFK, family
He
of
endorsed
Democrats.
And
He
did you
dropped
see
out of the
here?
race. He dropped out of the
and
race
endorsed
and
Trump.
endorsed Trump. So did Tulsi
How you feel
Gabbard.
about that?
So did Tulsi
Yeah.
Gabbard. Like these are two prominent figures in
Figures,
politics that are very articulate. They could speak a good one. You got this guy Vivek. All these people are behind him now, helping them push his campaign. So I'm like, shit, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Listen, whether this is all some hoax or whatever you want to call it or a simulation, I play a part in it, right? We're here. Dude,
Oh yeah,
you
look,
don't lose
I don't wanna
anything by
be
going
all
out and
gloom.
voting, whether your
No,
vote makes a
Nah,
difference or
not at all.
not.
You should definitely go out and vote.
Whether your
Yeah.
vote makes a difference or not, like fuck it. We have the right to do it. Just do it. That's
I
the way I
believe you
see it.
should 100% do what like makes you feel good. And you're right. If we're in
Yeah.
it, let's be in it to win it, and let's live it.
I'll just leave it. I'll leave it with this. Sorry, Ark.
No, of course.
I saw how the way they mismanaged these past 4 years, right? And I'm a registered Democrat, and I've been voting Democrat since I can vote.
Right.
And it's like to see what they did in New York. Democrats run New York. The way they handled the pandemic, the shit with the fucking vaccine mandates, the censorship. Anybody that had an opinion that differed from the media was just criticized and villainized.
And then Zuckerberg just right now admitted
it's just
that
like
they were in cahoots, right?
Hypocrites. They're just hypocrites, bro. I can't.
Again, it's a
I can't bring
mockery.
myself to vote for these people anymore, ever.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I think that I don't know how else to say that I feel like this is just, what's that term? Bread and circus and bread, bro, because
In circuses, yeah.
This is what they're doing, bro. It's entertainment. It's like clockwork. Around this time, you're gonna
It's
see
like the Super Bowl of politics, right?
Yeah, all of this stuff happens right now. All of the shootings, right? God bless, bless all the unfortunate
All
ones,
these
right?
big events happen right before an election.
Yeah, man. And it's like clockwork that they're doing this now. And at the end of the day, regardless of who wins, I think the same agenda is still gonna happen, man. When you see stuff like
just
that,
to put my 2 cents into it, I kind of have felt like the way you feel theme, like in the past, like as we've grown older, like I've always been a registered Democrat, but there's a lot of stuff that affects me when you move into a different tax bracket, when you become a homeowner, things like that. You start to see that you do get stiffed a little bit. I would have probably at this point in my life no issue voting for a Republican. I just can't vote for him. I don't like him.
Right.
I just never liked him.
Right.
I'm not a fan of his.
I hated him at first. I couldn't stand him. Yeah.
If they would have picked a different candidate, I get that he gives them the best chance to win, so that's why they chose him again. Had they picked a different candidate, I could weigh it a bit. I just am not a fan of his. I've never been. I think he's a bullshit artist. That's just my opinion. I think now whether he could do good, that's a whole different thing. But in terms of just the man, I'm not a fan of the man.
Yeah. I totally hear you, because I felt like that when he was first elected. But the thing is that right now they're talking policies. Like they're speaking about, we're going to do this. We're going to take care of the border. We're going to lower inflation. The cost of living, interest rates.
But no how.
We're going to secure.
There's no how.
Well, I mean, the how is when
taxes.
When they're into office and can actually make moves with shit. But this woman, this person, these Democrats, all they're talking about, vote for me because I'm a person of color. Vote for me because I'm a Latino. I should be voting for you because you're a person of color. Where's the policies? What's going to help me with my cost of living?
But this is the electoral.
What's going to protect
vote, right?
Electoral votes? Yeah. What's going to help me? Because when they decide to censor my opinions on fucking social media because it doesn't align with their ideologies. That's the shit that they're threatening.
Look how many, and this is what's crazy with the internet, right? Keeps a record of everything. How many, like, back in the day, stuff that really throws the VP, both of them, the whole Democratic Party, literally contradicting themselves on everything, and from different accents to sound, and like to repeating the same verbiage in different towns it is so like, I can't even believe they don't know that this is gonna come back and get
and with this technology, it's like they can't put on blast immediately.
One thing I do have to say is that when you see people who are so against Trump as far as like just morality, right? People like Bernie Sanders, right?
Bernie Williams.
Yeah.
The Yankees. The Yankees don't like him.
And even RFK, right? Fact, he said it best. He said, I couldn't do anything more once I heard that I'm not going to be able to debate, and that was the only chance I really had to win.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
he's right.
The fact that he's
we got 2 minutes,
him,
guys. We're gonna have to restart. But go ahead, finish your thought.
right, good.
The
The
fact that he's endorsing him is a big
speaks
deal,
a lot.
bro.
And then
speaks
they
a
asked
lot.
him, like, yo, how can you do this? This is a man who did. He says, you know why? Because at the end of the day, this one thing, which is that last sense of kind of freedom. Because if not, bro, and again, to me, this is me like really like, okay, entertaining and shit. Because either way, their agenda is really gonna win, man. Because the lobbyists and the corporate, they're the ones running this fucking.
There's a lot of money behind the DNC. And one last thing too, you think fucking Putin, Russia, China, you think they're gonna respect this woman as president? You don't think they're gonna fucking try to step all over us?
Yo, you know
what I'm
I
saying?
freestyle, like I do a lot of presentations at work, right? And I have to do a lot of like speaking, and I try not to repeat same like just terms or phrases or content, right? And when I hear Kamala speak, she's so fixated on a couple words, and she says the same thing over and over and over.
Again, yeah.
Unburdened by what has been. What's it? We're unburdened by what has been.
Every time she
Every
says
fucking
it,
speech, she keeps saying that shit.
The most recent one right now, she was saying stuff about, the shooting. Again, it's unfortunate, but she's like the senseless act and senseless and senseless. I think she says senseless like 10 times, bro.
Yeah.
So anytime she goes off script, no,
yeah, that's on purpose.
it's not.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a thing. When she's scripted, she speaks better, but then when she freestyles, this is when she just goes back to those words, right? And those because you can tell she's going off script when she's doing the ums.
Yeah. But people conveniently forgot minority. You want to talk about minority, pandering to minorities and African Americans and Latinos. Crazy. Meanwhile, while she was a prosecutor in California, how many people did she lock up? They don't talk about that though.
No, but there's the thing. There's fucking footage of her in the Breakfast Club laughing about it. Laughing about it. But this is the people don't care.
Yeah.
People see that stuff.
Link.
Yeah, let's do a new link. So we will be right back after these messages from our sponsors. TheBushido7.com. EaseTheEngineer.com. GPS to the Soul.com. And we're back, guys. Welcome back.
Let's shift over to entertainment.
Shift gears real quick.
You sure?
No more political rants.
And look, anyone out there that listens and is feels slighted a certain way, or because look, we are here just giving our opinions. None of us are political geniuses here. Like we're literally we're just calling it how it is, and we're speaking from the standpoint of this is how it affects us on a real life scale, and there's just certain facts that happens when you say things like that. Like in the last 15 years, okay, 4 of those years were Republicans. The rest of those years were Democratic. So it's like things like that. Like just, bro, that's just a fact where we at right now. Like how crazy were those 4 years that he was in office that they keep blaming him? And again, bro, this is probably gonna I sound so pro-Trump, but I'm not. I'm just like, son gotta give.
Yeah. And
we got to be able to see that change from our perspective, because
we're in the middle of two wars.
Is inflation, bro. That's what we are seeing. Our impact is like gas is. Thank goodness gas isn't crazy right now, but still, like food is. But we could get.
Listen, at the end of the day, she's a fucking puppet, just like Biden was. Fucking puppet installed. So listen, if you vote for her, lose my fucking number.
Damn, son. All right, tell me how you really feel.
Wait to stay neutral there.
And on that note, we just keep moving.
Well, that's theme. Look, we love all of y'all because, maybe, enlighten us. Feel free to leave a comment where you feel so strong on something that we're not highlighting on whichever candidate that you feel like something that we've missed. Please feel free to partake and we'll definitely review it and we'll mention it next time.
If we don't like what you got to, if you don't like what you got to say, We'll delete it.
We'll delete it now.
And if you want,
Nah.
we will like put
I'm
themes
kidding.
address.
I'm
We'll
kidding.
put a themes addresses.
So you could
The one in Brooklyn.
address it
The
with
one in
Nah.
Brooklyn.
But to sum it up, man, you don't got to agree with us, obviously, but we would be oblivious if we didn't say nothing. We live in the same world y'all
Facts,
live
yo.
in. You know what I mean? It's happening to us too, and so we just giving our perspective. That's it.
Tato.
Can't we all just get
Well
along?
put.
Entertainment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, guys.
That's
At
why
the end
we
of the day,
here.
listen, this is a podcast. We're three friends just talking shit. You know, don't take what we say seriously. Make your own decisions.
I mean,
Stay off the
seriously
news.
Take it as entertainment.
Watch independent media.
Take it seriously, because we're not here fucking jerking off. But take it seriously, but for entertainment.
Form your own decisions. Don't watch MSNBC or CNN because your mind's gonna fucking turn into mush. And then make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? Based off of facts, not bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is the thing right now, that facts, I feel like they almost don't matter. And this is the crazy shit, bro, because, we keep getting pulled back into politics, but really quick, man, that fucking assassination attempt, everyone had
Nobody's
to be
talking about it no more.
But everyone
never
had to
happened.
be in it for that shit to happen, bro. I don't want to hear that. It's
So,
not, people want to say, Trump did it.
now you're treading on Alex Jones type of conspiracy.
No, because just
so
think
you're
about
saying
it, right?
Let's not go. I don't want to go down that road.
Wait, you're saying Trump was in on it?
Right? Think about it as a fact, right? Because this is going to cover all the territory, right?
Are we about to? Let's go off the rails. Fuck it.
People saying, hey, Trump organized that to make himself look like a martyr, right? Okay, that's one story. And then you got the other one saying that, no, they really try to take him out. Either way, Trump has his patrol, right? Or his committee that overlooks the layout, make sure everything is safe, right? So he has his security, and then just the fucking national security doing their Secret Services is doing their own protocol, right? So you telling me both of those, when you see how close 150, and then, again, it's not just me, bro. I'm just pointing out things that everybody is pointing out. All those count. But again, these are facts, right? Because this is not an opinion. This is a fact of all of these things. So for something like that to get off the radar on both of them, because there's two radars, bro, how can you not tell me that's a coincidence or that shit's an anomaly? It's not, bro. And then on top of that,
they allowed it to happen.
And then that kid, right? RP, bro, but he was also an actor in a fucking Black Rock commercial.
We spoke about this already.
Right? Yeah, I know we did, but sometimes you got to remind them, bro, because, we're moving so fast that we forget about shit. But again,
you forgot that you spoke about it.
No, I know we spoke about this last time, bro.
Yo,
Don't
Halloween.
get me hot, son. Don't get me hot right now, son, because I go on my Eddie Bravo.
Halloween.
Speaking of Halloween and witches and all that shit, I don't know, man. I'm not.
F4 that. I want to hear Transformers 1. Who wants to see it? I want to see that, son. You want to see that?
Is that the one where Chris Hemsworth is doing the voice of the animated one?
Yeah. And
Steve Buscemi is in it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that it's a good prequel because we've had so many like different stories on Unicron and all of this that I think they kind of muddied the waters a little, and maybe we need to just bring it back to the beginning story. And there's never been this story. We've seen little highlights and like little flashbacks and shit, but this is like before Optimus Prime became Optimus Prime, So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. But
what you was gonna say, Ease, about
yeah, he was.
Oh no, because you had mentioned Halloween. Halloween. I don't know how I feel about Agatha all along being the next thing coming up from Marvel. Is anybody even interested in this show?
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that.
It's been so long since WandaVision. Like I don't know. This is like the first one that I'm not like vested.
It's about she's recruiting a coven of witches to something. There's a movie called Hocus Pocus. You can watch that. It's about the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're probably gonna throw little Easter eggs, they're gonna speak.
Well, yeah, they got to get you to watch somehow. I just think that it should have came out like after WandaVision if you wanted people to see it.
Right. I think this is so the reason why they have to put these shows out because they already planned for the years ago, and so they got to get rid of this slate
on the contracts, right?
Yeah, they got to get rid of this slate so they could start putting out the real shit. You know, like after Deadpool and Wolverine set a
This
new
is the real
bar.
shit.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Thanks
The new,
for
I know.
thanks
I'm
for
just on.
thanks-
Go ahead. Go ahead.
thanks
I
for-
just
So
quick commercial.
Deadpool and Wolverine set a new bar, right? So now they got to catch up to
Yeah.
that. But in the meantime, they got to put out the bullshit that they were already planning on putting out, whether they lose money on it or not. You know, like look at the Acolyte, for example, $180 million down the toilet for something that
Canceled,
was
right? Got
poorly,
canceled.
yeah. So it didn't get, it got canceled. It didn't get renewed for season 2 because, and so the girl, the star of it, Amanda Stenberg, number one, she puts out a fucking diss track right during the middle of the season. Like she put out a music video. I don't know if y'all saw it. It's black and white. She's she's calling out the toxic fans and calling everybody racist and misogynist.
While
And da, 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 da,
the
da.
show is out.
While the show was out, and now she's all shocked. You know, the show got canceled. And then she puts out another video after the show gets canceled, making a statement about, she's talking all like she's being, she's being eloquent the show was woke, but like she's speaking nicely, but she's throwing jabs. Like she's like, she's saying that it was the alt-right, people in the alt-right, the vitriol from the racists and that. No accountability for the show being trash. No accountability for Star Wars getting butchered. For the showrunner not knowing what the fuck is to do with the show. The weak acting, the weak writing. No accountability for that. It's because of racist, toxic fans. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, $180 million down the toilet. And the reason why Disney didn't renew is because of low ratings. That's it. It's all about the money. It's all about the money and viewership. If you're not making those, if you're not hitting those milestones, you're not getting renewed. It's at the end
Plus,
of the day,
I'm sorry, but
money.
you gotta know the source material. It's fucking Star Wars. Who do you think that you're going to be catering to? It's going to be,
nerds.
A majority men fan base.
Yeah,
nerd types.
Yeah,
more nerds.
Like this is who you're going to be supposed to be catering to, and you're gonna think that you're going to go the opposite direction and that things are just going to go smoothly.
They want to pander to a small audience of people, the what they call the quote unquote woke, the diversity and all this stuff. But
they want to be inclusive.
There's inclusive. There's not enough of those people to bring
watching
in those
this.
this. The same shit that happened with the Marvels. They want to preach to you and push their agenda and expect the fans, like you want to lecture the fans and then talk shit to the fans for not showing up to see your shit while you're lecturing them. And then when your movie bombs at the box office or your show doesn't get renewed, it's the fans' fault. It has nothing to do with your shitty, producers or directors or whoever the fuck is behind your shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, like I'm not opposed to inclusivity and diversity. I mean, how could you be? But to think that that's all that it's going to be about and that you're still going to draw viewership, I think that you got to pick one. You have to be okay with it bombing if you're really set in what you're going to do. Like I don't think that you can have it both ways because of the source material.
Yeah.
The people who are really vested into it and who want to see this and who you're doing it for. Yeah. I mean, you're going too far with you're forgetting what the show should be about in order to attract that viewership.
That show could have been dope. It's about the Sith, bro. Yeah. It's about the origins of the Sith. And it could have been.
I'll be honest, I didn't care enough. I didn't care enough to begin with before any of this. I didn't care enough.
So, I didn't ask for that. It didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt lazy. Yeah. It felt, it just.
They kind of lost me when I saw that Luke wasn't going to be that real prodigal son, like throughout the whole legacy of Star Wars. It's like he was just short-lived a little. Like, I don't know. I mean, they still hail him as one of great, but I felt like they just dropped the ball with Luke Skywalker. I thought there was going to be a richer, more robust like story about what happened.
You mean in regards to the Acolyte or the Last Jedi?
In the movie. No, just in general to just to the whole franchise of Star Wars and what they did with Luke Skywalker and like the movies. And I think they kind of just spread themselves so thin trying to cover so much ground, because you could go there's so many ways you can do it, and you can tell so many beautiful stories with this, but I give it up to a little experimentation. You have to kind of see, like you were saying before, just test the waters. This is a different viewership. And, Marvel is learning the hard way right now that X-Men 97 and Deadpool is their core. This is the
look
drivers.
what happens. Look what happens when you give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
Fucking Deadpool, $1 billion+ dollars. You know what I mean?
And
People
X-Men
love
97, son.
X-Men
That
97.
shit is gearing up right now for I think next month, right? Is gonna come.
Just to go back to
season 2 is gonna be crazy.
Just to go back to the diversity thing, right? So you got House of the Dragon, right? They're not preaching to you about the Valerians being black or nothing like that. They're just great acting, great writing, great storytelling. They just are. Nobody's making a big fucking deal about it.
You
get what I'm saying? So they want to focus on pushing that message and that agenda instead of focusing on good storytelling. That's the problem.
Quality, on the quality.
When it comes to shows like The Acolyte or even Rings of Power, people are fucking $1 billion that Jeff Bezos, that's like his little project because he's got the money to do
put
it.
$1 billion into us, yo.
So they put up $1 billion, and that's why it got renewed for a season 2, because people didn't like the first season. It got really, really bad reviews.
I think it came out at a bad
lower
time
viewership
because it came out almost at the same time
as House of the Dragons, the first one,
and it kind of, because it didn't win that top spot, instead of just being cool with second place and cruising there and like just gaining attraction, it kind of just out of sight, out of mind. Nobody just even was tapping in, I think. But they're just so invested with Lord of the Rings. And again, that's another story that
I think if Rings of Power would have been done official, like it would have been done right, it wouldn't have made a difference if it was competing against another fantasy show. Because, bro, it's Lord of the fucking Rings.
I know.
Or Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Game of Thrones.
Well, I'm saying Lord of the Rings and Star Wars is like the 2 biggest IPs ever, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Star Trek.
I mean, aside from Rings swept the Oscars.
Aside from Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying?
Star Trek, really quick, because I was almost gonna forget Dragon Ball Diamond. They have a new series coming out next month, bro. I'm so excited. So many years, bro. I mean, when you're a Dragon Ball fan, you wait years for content. Like literally, bro. You could literally wait like 5 years, because that's how amazing the graphics are. So they have a mini series coming out, and I think they're about to introduce a new movie coming out too. I don't know if you have ever caught any of the more recent Dragon Ball movies, but they're fucking crazy. So
I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up because I told you before, like if anything, you're one of the biggest anime fans out of all of us. And me, that I'm pushing an anime brand, should do my due diligence and catch up on a lot of this. So I'm basing my knowledge off of old school shit that we used to watch back in the day, like Akira, Ninja Scrolls.
That's what we gotta go see that. That's out in the theaters. We gotta go see that.
Remember the original Street Fighter anime, like a lot of those old classic animes that I came up watching. So yeah, I need to.
It's funny you say that, and
you're gonna catch up to you.
You guys are definitely heading the same route, but my son, right now, Xavier, this summer we caught up on like all my childhood like show anime. Like he saw all of Dragon Ball Z. He's literally now the elder, because even the first Dragon Ball, right? Like first there was Dragon Ball Z, Super, and so on and so forth. But the first Dragon Ball, when like Goku was still like a little young, and I really I kind of just breezed through that, season. I really didn't see all the stories and everything. And he saw all of that, and so, it's great when you see the kids you know, like tapping into some of that golden era of anime, because things right now, things are different too. And some of that woke content is, you know, that's everywhere, man. The great thing is that the real anime is done not here, so you won't see that, and you still see, like, you know, sexual diversity. We'll leave it at that, but not as much. You still see more pro, like, if anything, you see a bunch of titties and asses, bro. My son be wild. He's like,
Whoa.
yo, they wildin'.
You let him watch
that's
that
why he's
shit?
Wildin',
into
son.
You let him watch that shit?
I mean, you know, they put cleavage. This is how they fucking make all the chicks busty, and you know, they're
Right.
like
But I
big
mean, okay, but that's insinuating cleavage. But you're not
yeah.
talking about full on
No.
nudity.
full
Okay.
front.
Well,
Yeah.
not some
Full front.
episodes. Look, they're I don't know what you want to refer to it. I don't know their sense of comedy, or just tolerance, sexual tolerance
It's
for
different.
kids
They got a
is so
different.
different,
Yeah.
bro. They there's some episode in One Piece too. There's a whole island of just women, son. These chicks is naked. Like, like kids are watching this. Yo,
Yeah,
these
it's hard to avoid.
yeah. So, but yeah, man. Shout out to Dragon Ball Z. That's coming out. Son, that's my, you know, that's
No,
me,
but
son.
that's what I love about that. You know,
About me.
we keep in tune about us. We keep in tune with our inner child, right?
There's
With our
no, there's
kids. Like,
no, there's
Oh
no.
you
yeah,
know,
hell yeah,
Me and
absolutely.
you
we.
know, you're not gonna catch me going to a fucking listen. I could be classy when I want to be. You
Yo,
know, I
speaking of
could
inner
clean up, throw
child,
on the suit on, but you're not gonna catch me going every week into a fucking Broadway show or going to watch the opera.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Every now
saying?
and then I close for that too. That's all dope too.
Yeah,
But
but that's
speaking
not
of
what I fancy. You know what I mean?
speaking of inner, like when we were children, kids, Beetlejuice is coming out too again,
Nah,
son.
yeah. I'm hyped about that too.
That's I'm hyped
Speaking of
about that,
Halloween,
man.
It's probably not gonna be good though. I'll be honest, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch
you
it. And
think? Yeah.
nah, these
You
things are
can
never
never
good
remake.
30
You can
years
never
later. They're
capture.
never
Yeah.
good 30 years
We
they're
were
later.
just
cash
watch.
grabs. They're
We
cash
were
grabs.
watching
Yeah.
Beetlejuice, like
Ghostbusters.
just the original, and oh man, it was so classic, son.
It is a clip.
A lot of the music, I mean, music movies is just so different. Like Great Outdoors, like all those movies from back then. That
If you look
kind of
at the
I
comedy.
believe
slate of
the limitation made it better, right? Because you didn't have all these computer graphics. They had to get real creative with how they did it.
conventional,
And I think
conventional.
personally, it added a touch to all these movies. Back to the
Yeah,
Future, you know,
yeah.
the makeup on the Goonies, stuff like that. You don't see it that way anymore, man, because it's just there's a little bit of cold factor now
Mhm.
with computer graphics that you got a lot more realism. Even Alien, like if you go back and watch Alien,
Yeah.
a
You're
lot of
talking
those
about
suits and those prosthetics, awesome.
conventional effects.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
still have directors that still there was a movie that came out not so long ago. What the fuck was it called? It was with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. That what is it called? The Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, it was
What's it
no,
called?
yeah, that was the first one. That was the first one, but there's a second one.
No, there was only
I wanted
one.
to watch it.
They never did a sequel.
They never did the sequel.
No, but anyway,
The first one is called Edge of Tomorrow. The
Is
first one's
it?
called Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah.
So anyway,
I
but
believe.
I guess my point is that came out around the time where there were a lot of movies were CGI heavy, but the director wanted to make a point of doing a lot of conventional filming and conventional effects, and you could see it. You could see the work that was put into it, and not rely too much on CGI effects. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it can be
Look,
done.
I don't
It can be done.
mind
It has
CGI
got to
if
be a
it's done,
balance. It's got to be done right.
and some of it is going to be a little out there, right? Like when you take into consideration the Flash, right? Look what he was trying to do in those
Oh, see, that's an
nanoseconds,
example of
right?
terrible
Terrible.
CGI.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
on the path. I'm looking at it from, I can't wait till what's next after that. Because to make that look really, really real, that's some other next level shit, right? So, you know, I like seeing those steps, right? Where we're almost there, but this shit is dope. This is the best we can do now. And I still think that story or what they were trying to capture there was fucking brilliant too, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just that kind of fanboy sometimes where I just love seeing all of this comic book stuff just come to life, right?
Yeah.
One thing right now that's kind of crazy, that's not comic book, but more or less mythological, right?
Mythological.
Yeah, the chaos, man. That shit is on Netflix. That was crazy. So it's
So
like
what is this about?
it's pretty much the god Zeus, right? And they're kind of really over dark comedy about the just how
Oh, is that the one
dysfunctional
with
their
Jeff
family is.
Goldblum? Is that the one with Jeff
Yes,
Goldblum? Okay, I saw the thing for it, the trailer for it.
he's
I haven't
Zeus,
started
right?
it yet.
So, but they're factoring in today's day and
Right.
technology and how they even communicate with each other, the gods and the scandals and their power and how they got to power. But there's a lot of hidden jewels on like just regular real life that you're like, oh,
So is it like a action or is it more like a comedy type
it's
of
like a drama, right? Yeah, it's
drama?
like drama, but well written.
Yeah.
You
You
see
saw the whole thing?
yeah,
You see the whole thing?
yeah, it's fucking so
Dope.
8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
It's dope. It's dope. It's a whole new take on the gods, right? And mortals and love and like it was. I appreciate the originality of it. I think
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Actually, now that you're describing it, I want to check it out.
Yeah, definitely want to check it out.
You know what I recently saw too? I forgot the movie, but it was about Nicolas Cage, right? Did I mention this before? Because the originality of this of that movie where it was about himself, right? And how he
Yeah, I'm gonna look up we couldn't remember the title, but we saw it. It's got like a weird long title to it. Hold on. It's with Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal.
Well, that movie was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't figure remember.
Pause, but
Nicolas Cage.
hey yo, whoa. But
whoa, hey.
I think that it was like just a really original concept and
the unbearable weight of massive talent.
The unbearable
it's crazy. Yeah.
Massive talent. That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, so I like,
and it was funny.
I appreciate movies like that and just new takes on stuff.
What I was gonna say is that if you noticed, because we were talking about a lot of original movies from the 80s and 90s, now it's a lot of rehashed shit, sequels, reboots. You don't see a lot of original, original ideas for movies.
Original body, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Not funding it because they're not sure things, and right now they're only investing in sure things. They're not taking chances on like projects that's why a lot of, like, if you do see that, it's always an independent movie done on a shoestring budget because studios are only investing in stuff they know is going to make their money back.
Look at I believe the first Quiet Place was kind of an indie movie because it was what's his face, John Krasinski and his wife Emily Blunt, and then look, it took off and became a successful franchise, because it's good. And I don't think that had a huge budget, but they made it work with what they had. Just like Godzilla -1,
that
small budget.
That reminded me of this Marlon Wayans interview when I think we were. I don't know if you saw it too,
Shay, right? Yeah, it was a really good interview. I mean, I've only because some of these be hours long. I've only seen the highlights, a couple of 10-minute clips, but some interesting stuff to give you some background theme because I don't know if you know about it, but so before the interview actually happened, Vlad and Marlon Wayans had like a little back and forth social media, rift, because Vlad was trying to book him for an interview, right? And then Marlon Wayans gave him a quote, like a price, and Vlad didn't want to meet the price. But I mean, that wasn't really the issue. The issue was that he kind of called him out on it, saying, "How are you charging $40K?
Almost like you're not relevant right now.
You're not worth $40K. Your videos only get like 400,000 views. How could you charge that much?"
He got almost 2 million in like
that's the funny part. This one right now is pushing 1 million views with Club Shay, and like it's kind of fucked up to air somebody's price out. Like, one, what if he gave you the homie price and he's trying to charge somebody else, $80K? Like, it's not professional. And then second, like, just don't pay it. Like, then don't book him. But like, to air out his price, that was some bitch shit that he did. But so that's where it started from. So I feel like when you watch Marlon Wayans give this interview, he's like being a little extra, not in his behavior, but like he's giving you
in his Cat Williams
details.
bag.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he's giving you details
So
on
he's
behind the
going all
scenes of
out.
his movies. Yeah, he going
He
in
talked about Harvey
like you.
Weinstein, how he took
Marlon Wayans
Yeah,
has a HBO
how he
special that
took
came out, I think,
white
like last year. Remember?
yeah,
He put out an HBO
yeah.
special. He was talking about the slap, the Chris Rock slap. He did a
Right.
whole
Yeah.
segment about that. What was he promoting though?
So not really anything specific, or maybe that. Maybe I didn't catch the segment where he was promoting the thing, but he was giving you like behind the scenes shit. Like he was talking about white chicks, how they made that movie, and like the things that they had to go through to make it,
Right.
and how it was completely their idea. So he kind of
the idea got taken.
like gave a little rebuttal to, like, you know how Dave Chappelle always mentioned that whenever specifically a black entertainer makes it big, the first thing they want to do is kind of throw him in a dress, try to
Yeah.
emasculate him.
Emasculating.
So
Yeah.
he was talking about how that was him and Sean's idea completely. It wasn't like there was no white man who made them dress that way or anything like that. This was their idea. He said that he's never been of that school of thought. He always thinks that you do whatever you think is funny. If that means throw on a dress. He was like, he just feels like they've been programmed to always be like best foot forward kind of thing, that they can't ever let themselves go when they limit what their comedy could be, because you know they don't want to wear a dress and shit like that. So he was, you know, he addressed that. He addressed Diddy's parties. He said that he'd been to a lot of them, that all this shit must have happened after he left. Like he gave a lot of behind the scenes type of shit that
I'm
I
gonna
feel
check
like
it
was
out.
kind of like a dig at Vlad. Like for like, you know, you
So
talking shit about me, about Price.
And he spoke about Living Color too, and how that ended, and how they just took the station just took over, man, and they just abandoned ship, all of them. But then the next season they pulled in Chris Rock and pulled in other people to kind of like just try to pick up at the vision was gone. Like, you know, what they did, they pretty much, from their perspective, and I kind of agree from how we pointed out, that they kind of gave birth to the halftime show, right? So there was a year like where football didn't have that, and there was like, we're gonna
They aired an
air
episode,
a live episode
10 minutes
for, you know, a live episode during the halftime in the Super Bowl.
And then the next year the NFL got Michael Jackson because they didn't like that people were changing the channel.
They did a whole
so there's one more
show.
thing. One more thing from the interview that I want to share, but team, say what you wanted to say real quick.
Oh, so I'm just perplexed to the fact of,
that's a big part.
I didn't know that you had to offer somebody money to get them on your show to interview them. I always thought it worked as, hey, you got something you want to promote, and you know, we got followers, you know, come on our show, and you know, we'll work together. Like
I think
I didn't know it was one of
those. Pause.
Right, but Vlad got a following, right? He got a following, right? This we're talking about Vlad inviting Marlon Wayans to do
Vlad is an urban, one of the hot biggest
Vlad
media
TV
outlets, you know,
Vlad TV. So I just, it doesn't make sense to me why he would offer him any type of bread. Like you don't do it on the
quick fun fact about Vlad.
If I'm Marlon Wayans, wouldn't I do it on the strength? Like, yeah, man, that's what's up. I'll jump on your show and promote this.
So two things. One, I could see you paying a fee depending on how big the person is. 40 grand does seem a little excessive, but you know, pause. But he could also just been charging him that because he didn't want to do it. And so if he was gonna do it, he needed 40 grand to do it. But professionalism wise, you don't really air that shit out on social media. Like
no, I know that. Yeah, that was fucked up of him to do that, to air it out.
Yeah.
And I like that now without saying it. Is saying that Shade Club, like, just pay for that with no problem because he's there, right? So
possible. I wouldn't say yes automatically. He might have did that one because he wanted to, or they could have paid it.
But back to that thing too. I think depending on what the exchange rate is, if I'm bigger than you, pause, then pay me. If you're bigger than me, then you know I'll come out for free. Pause.
Right. Yeah. So one other thing that I thought was interesting that he said was that NBC originally, I guess, was in talks for the Wayans brothers, which, by the way, was one of my favorite shows growing up. So the NBC wanted them to get rid of John Witherspoon, who played their pops on the show.
Oh man, that he was one of the best fucking parts of that show.
I know, he was like one of the hearts.
And they said no, that he comes with them, and that that's a deal breaker. So Shannon Sharp was saying how, you know, most times you don't even hear about this kind of stuff. The person just gets replaced. What made you keep them? And there were like two reasons. One, loyalty, just flat out loyalty. They weren't going to get rid of anybody on the that was going to be a part of the show. But two, it was his comedic timing. They always felt like whenever they threw something at him, even if it was improv, he was going to, you know, not only build off of it, but make it better, and he can make the show. And my personal opinion, Pops had a lot of things on that show that made that show funny. From the part of
he's a natural. He's a natural.
Yeah, from My Love Goes, bang, 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 and all the shit that like whipping them with the belt and all the type of stuff. No other actor could have did that. So I think it was great that they kept them on, and it would not have been the same show at all without him.
Just 100%
remember him as Craig's Pops in Friday.
Another role made for him. Yeah, he's definitely the Pops, you know, a Pops role. He did exceptional on both. Word up.
Yeah, but dope interview. You should check it out, man. I should check it out. I've only seen, like I said, a couple of the clips, but from what I saw,
I've seen a chunk of it too, but it's long. Pause. And like you see, a lot of these, even Joe Rogan, bro, all his fucking episodes are like 3-4 hours. You know, you could only see so many, and I try to see them in between, or if I'm at the gym, or I'm on the train, or going to class, or something. You know, or you know, try to catch. I love long. That's one. I love long drives because you can just catch up on mad shit,
on many things. Yeah.
Right, but you know, again, you only have so much time. There's so much, you know, to do. Like right now, I can't. Luminary just sent me a mix of something right now. You get hype. Shout out to Luminary.
Shout out to Loom.
Shout out to Loom.
Last thoughts. Last anything that you guys want to.
Shout out to your mother.
Shout out to your mother.
Shout out to our mothers.
If you vote for Kamala, I lose my fucking number. You fucking asshole.
Yo.
I'm going to beep all this shit.
Man, I just pray that, you know, everyone, nothing really crazy happens in the next couple of weeks. You know, that the elections go
shit always pops
safely,
off
man.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm okay with a pandemic, you know, happening around this time. I'm okay.
Yeah,
skip me with that.
I never want to go through that bullshit again.
Ever.
Tulsa King.
If it's the aliens, whatever, cool. And you're gonna give us powers, energy, hey, whatever. So I'm cool with all of that. Become X-Men. I'm cool with that.
Tulsa King season 2 comes out next week. I'm dying for that show to come back. It looks dope. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend.
I haven't.
Shout out to Sly Stallone, still doing it in his 80s. How is he? Like in his 80s?
70. He got to be 79 if he's not 80. But yeah, man. Honestly, bro, like I've never bigged up Sylvester Stallone for acting chops. I just was a fan. It was like kind of the cookie cutter shit that you just loved, right? But Creed was dope. I thought he should have won an Oscar for Creed.
He had so many.
This show, that his acting on this show is stepped up a notch. Like he's really good in it.
Not for nothing, Paramount low key got a lot of good shows, man.
Yes.
Paramount also has Mayor of Kingstown as well. But they have other shit too. They have other shows on there that are really good. I think is Jack Ryan Paramount or is Prime? That's another good show.
Amazon.
Yeah, Prime.
You mean Jack Reacher or
both? They're both
Jack
good
Reacher
shows.
Or
Jack Reacher and
because I know that.
What's the Ryan
I didn't
one?
see Jack Reacher.
That one is
no, it's not
called Jack Ryan.
It's just called Reacher. It's just called Reacher.
Reacher is
Reach Around. Not to be mistaken with your favorite movie, Reach Around.
Whoa. It's TMI.
Yo.
It's called Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. Yeah, that's what it's called on Amazon. And then Reacher is the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, good lot of good stuff, man.
Good stuff, man. So yeah.
Next one will be an in-person one. Next one will be an in-person.
We're gonna have your boy on, right, as a guest.
I'm gonna see if we could get my man Towards Night on and see if he can we could do a quick interview with him as our first guest. If not, man, we'll definitely get somebody on because it's time to have a guest.
Yeah.
And again, like please, no one take it personal. However we could accommodate this, you know, if you can't make it, whoever can align with us schedule wise, probably be the first one, you know. But we can't wait to get that started. That's gonna be
we got a few people lined up that want to get on.
And the space, man. Again, shout out to the high end. I love the energy there, the vibe there, man. It's definitely looking forward to that. And shooting more content there. Looking forward to all of the new projects and endeavors, man. Love we're working, you know. So we're not as consistent as we should be with this, man. But we're definitely
that'll change though. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there.
Yeah. So you're hearing this, you know, on SoundCloud or tap in on YouTube. Yo, support. We are here. Nothing. It don't cost you nothing to just hit that little like and subscribe. You know what I mean? It don't
Old
cost
school new
nothing
vibes.
Yet.
Old school new vibes. He's the engineer. GPS to the soul.
We're about to turn it up.
Chino 7. You know what I'm saying? Harris Walls 2024. Let's go. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Old school, new school, need the murder.
Drop that shit.
I'm gonna cut off everything before this.
any day now.
This is so classic, man. You're not hearing it?
Nah,
I don't get nothing.
We just here. Nah.
Damn, son.
Full silence,
for like 20 seconds.
I'm gonna keep that one for the bloopers.
Yo, so hold up. So you're not hearing no one?
Nah. We can hear you, Papa.
Count us off. All right, 1,
3,
2,
2,
3.
1. I can't. Sorry. I can't.
Damn,
no,
son.
sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, listen. I'm sorry. You fucking making me laugh.
The game face on,
laugh.
All right,
Yo,
face on.
are you ready? Count us off.
Because I'm bopping my head to no music. I can't.